What's up, everybody? Over the weekend, Infinity Ward put out I'm gonna call it an overview of DMZ. Definitely, there's more information coming. In fact, this is actually a couple days old, and as of recording of this, we did get more information, which I'm gonna go ahead and link that video down below. It's an overview of all the Warzone 2 stuff and DMZ, but this is Infinity Ward's intel on DMZ, and I don't think everything was touched on in the bigger blog post for Warzone 2 that some of this touches on. So it says, we're thrilled to debut our very first look at DMZ this week with streamers and creators at the IW studio. We're thrilled to have debuted. Heading into our Warzone 2 launch, we wanted to dive a bit deeper into this exciting new experience. Here's what players can expect from DMZ. DMZ is a dangerous, diverse, and deep open world experience where players can choose their level of intensity. Even in its earliest form, the DMZ experience is built for the most hardcore completionists. With faction missions, contracts, world events, stocking up on the stash, helping out other squads or causing chaos, breaking open locked areas, and much more. This living world has plenty to conquer on day one. This sandbox mode is where players of all skill levels can choose their own way to play and win. The goal is to loot up and get out alive. It's about exploring an active world of AQ forces, Alcatal, and enemy operators, completing missions and objectives, and exfiltrating with loot, cash, valuables, and rewards to build your inventory for the next infiltration. Set your own stakes and ultimately earn some high-tier items for use across the rest of Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2. While players can choose how and where they engage, all operators must exfil from the Mazrah exclusion zone to reap the rewards. Players will ultimately fight for mastery of the mode by discovering all experiences and rewards it has to offer. While DMZ begins in Mazrah, no one quite knows where it may lead. So obviously that means when we get our Warzone 2 map probably next year, we'll end up getting that for DMZ as well, but hopefully they'll have a way to rotate in the maps, which is obviously something they couldn't do in Warzone 1. DMZ involves keeping a stash or inventory of weapons and other valuables from the exclusion zone. Players will start with a small inventory of free contraband weapons. Contraband guns are only usable in DMZ, and if you lose them on the battlefield, they are gone forever. Weapons acquired from other players or enemies on the field are considered contraband after extracting with them. Call of Duty is about customizing weapons, so we still want you to bring those creations into DMZ, whether it's personal modification or a weapon blueprint. At first, you will have one insured weapon slot for any personal weapon, loadout weapon, or weapon blueprint. Additional insured weapon slots can be earned by leveling up with factions. For those looking for an alternate path to unlocking weapons versus traditional XP through matches, should be excited to plan their infills. Acquiring a contraband weapon will unlock the base weapon and gunsmith usable in battle, multiplayer and battle royale. So instead of having to do, five crouching kills in a match or 15 sliding kills or whatever in one match, it'll be, hey, if you go into DMZ and you exfil holding that weapon, you get the base weapon. I think you're still going to have to level it up and get attachments and all that, but it unlocks the weapon for you. If you lose an insured weapon, remember insurance takes time, unless you're willing to pay the right price. Extracted cash and valuables speed up the cooldown on these slots. Your stash also contains certain items taken out of the exclusion zone, which can be put into your loadout and backpack for the next infiltration and give you access to special locations. There are 6 dead drops in the world that allow you to deposit items to complete missions or reduce cooldowns on insured slots. Infill, loadout, and missions. DMZ is a trios-based mode with the option to play as a solo or duo by disabling squad fill. We recommend you start with trios as the Mazrah exclusion zone is a dangerous place. To teach you how to play and give you those first rewards of DMZ, you accept faction missions. These are from our world's most powerful PMC groups. What is that? Paid Military Corporation. The Legion, White Lotus, and Black Mouse. With the Legion being your starting faction and the other 2 unlocked by completing other factions missions. By completing a certain number of faction missions, you can advance up a faction's mission tiers. These missions offer significant challenges coupled with significant unique rewards. Players will infiltrate the exclusion zone with their chosen loadout, insured or contraband, or they can bring nothing at all. Sometimes all it takes is a pair of fists and a dream. The exact point of infiltration is random every time, ensuring that no 2 DMZ matches are the same. So, is that saying, like, you could join a match in progress, and, like, I think it touches on, I didn't see it already, but there's a limited amount of exfil locations, and I would hate to drop into a match, and there's, like, 1 or 2 left, and by the time you could even get a mission done, they're both gone, and now you get nothing. To get more items, players will have to extract them out of the exclusion zone with their backpack. They will provide an experience for players to complete a supply run as an example, in which players can complete a run just to gear up for future deployment. In addition to the backpack, players can exfil from the worlds with on-soldier items including backpacks, self-revives, armor plate carriers, etc. This is critical for players looking to engage with high-tier enemies early and to match their next infill. Within the exclusion zone, other than completing the objectives laid out in faction missions, players are also free to explore the exclusion zone to collect more items for their inventory and take on optional assignments. These can be completing contracts such as rescuing a hostage, taking down a high-value target, or taking part in a world event such as activating a SAM turret or a UAV tower. Like Warzone 2, players can expect logical looting. Items exist in Mazrah in places they exist in the real world, such as medical supplies in a bathroom cabinet or hospital. A police station or military outpost may contain more tactical gear. There are only a few limits to where you can explore in Mazrah. First, locked spaces, which are special areas within the exclusion zone, and strongholds guarded by Al-Qatal forces. Players must obtain keys to gain access to these high-value places. Also, Mazrah won't have a circle collapse, but players will need to monitor radiation as well as the occasional sandstorm. We don't know yet what is causing this deadly energy and what operators may be finding from its source, or what operators may get from finding its source. So it's saying if there's radiation in your game, go find it, complete whatever missions around it, and you'll get something from it. Again, there is no definite objective or path to victory here in DMZ. You're responsible for mapping your own success in this mode with plenty of rewards for your efforts, double XP tokens, calling cards, weapon charms, and other cosmetics. If other cosmetics include blueprints and skins, it'll definitely be worth it, but double XP is worth it, calling cards so-so, weapon charms I don't even use. So we'll see. Stickers, don't care about. And finally, the ultimate reward, the M13B assault rifle. This functional weapon is part of the Bruin Ops platform along with the new BASP SMG that can be yours to use across all Modern Warfare 2 or Warzone 2.0 modes. So essentially, the M13B, if you saw the Season 1 roadmap or you saw my video on it, which I'll go ahead and link that down below, it said it was at launch with an in-game challenge, so the in-game challenge is going to be through DMZ for the M13. Exfil. Winning is determined by the player's choices and the consequences that follow, but ultimately exfilling from the exclusion zone is your main objective in each match. Part of DMZ's design is to make each match matter. Anything you get in DMZ that is in your loadout or backpack is lost upon death. Players can still be revived by their squad mates even after dying, although it will take longer than the usual down revive. But if everyone drops, all that precious loot gets dropped too. The only exception are insured weapons, which are part of your stash. This is just the beginning. We've built a massive living world in Mazrah with challenging enemies, a deep mission system, side quest secrets, and more. As we look to the future, we hope to reward players for exfiltration in new ways as we work towards new uses for cash and items. DMZ is not set out to replicate, and we can't wait to see how it plays in the wild. We hope players will share their adventures with us as well as their feedback about their experiences. See you in Mazrah beginning November 16th. The one confusing thing that I'm trying to figure out from this, so you have loadout weapons, you can infill with your loadout weapons. If you die, whatever you have is lost. They're not obviously going to relock the weapon. So, I mean, if you can put your best weapons in loadout, unless you have to build loadouts based off of what you've looted in DMZ, which I think would be the better way to go for DMZ, that you can't have actual full custom loadouts when you infill, and then you have to infill with loadouts based off of what you've gotten out of stashes. Therefore, you would be able to lose those. That's my only question. Other than that, it seems like it's good. I'm definitely, like I said in my roadmap video, probably going to jump into this first. Maybe I'll do solos in Warzone if I don't have a squad. We'll have to see. But thank you so much for watching. I did forget to mention I will be streaming as soon as this drops, and I will be jumping right into either BR or DMZ right away. So my Twitch is linked down below. Please feel free to check that out. And come see me on November 16th when this drops. But, like I said, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell for more. I'm going to be trying to make plenty of DMZ and Warzone 2 content, as well as maybe getting some other games and put some Apex out there. And let me know down below what you think about DMZ, what you think from this blog post. Are you going to play it? Does it look just boring from what you saw at the Warzone 2 streaming event? Let me know what you think down below. And along with having this blog post linked, my video for the roadmap and the other informational video that I'm about to put out and upload. I'll also have my Twitch link down below, like I said, my Instagram, my TikTok, which I post on pretty much daily, and my Twitter, which is less gaming oriented. But if you want to check that out, please feel free to check all of those out. And I will see you on Mazrah in just a couple days. Get frying. Have a good day. Bye.